This commencement speech won't change your life, but this place will. It offers not only an invitation to learn, but also an invitation for non-Indigenous and Indigenous people to reconcile and build a shared future. And that's what brought me here to ANU, the opportunity for connection, for transformation, and for carving out special space and time for working with others on actualising this future. At this place, you'll only be limited by your imagination and your ability to bring others along.
Yeah, it was a real honour to be able to speak today. This is the beginning of an amazing journey for thousands of students, and to be a little part of that special day for them was a real honour.
I urge you to think just one thing in the early hours of the morning when the grind of the assessment threatens to conquer you, or you consider skipping your class for more social endeavours, or you just feel like giving up completely. Please stop what you are doing, take your shoes off and reconnect to country. And instead of thinking, I have to, replace that thought with, I get to. Thank you.
It was also such an honour to be with Uncle Paul House and other members of the Ngambri and Ngunnawal community here speaking on their country as a Darug woman and being welcomed to do so. That was a huge honour.
Our welcome to countries are always made in the spirit of peace and a desire for harmony for all peoples of the modern ACT and surrounds. And our main aim as local custodians is to establish an atmosphere of mutual respect through the acknowledgement of our ancestors and the recognition of our rights to declare our special place in the pre and post-contact history of the region.
I can tell you as a person that was removed from my culture and understanding of who my people are, knowing not just where you come from, but who you come from can transform you. Knowing my Cabral heritage and being able to walk with my elders, particularly Auntie Julie Webb, Auntie Leanne Watson, Auntie Leanne Tobin, Auntie Karina Norman, Uncle Exodius Dad, my own sister Cassandra Rowe, and many others have allowed me to lift the scales from my eyes and reach my full potential. First Nations peoples aren't the only ones with ancestors. We all have them. And as with my people, your ancestors imagined you, and they walk with you in your DNA, and they are part of you. So my advice is acknowledge them. One day, you may have descendants and family that look to you for their inspiration. Take this opportunity to be responsible to them, to guide them in the same ways your ancestors brought you to this place today. Be connected to your people.
I really wanted to share with the students some things that got me through my degree. One of them was being connected to country. Another was being connected to my people. Another was to listen to other people's perspectives with curiosity and humility and respect.
I recently had a conversation with someone who was deeply opposed to the important issues of my people around land rights and truth-telling. To his credit, he took a long walk in the bush with me, and as we sat on a remote ridge, looking out over the vastness of country, tears filled his eyes and he apologised. Your ancestors had everything, and mine took that away from them. I was ignorant of your people and of your experience, he said. And at that moment, tears filled my eyes too. I was ignorant of yours. I can't imagine how difficult it is to carry that shame for so many generations. Two very different people connecting in a moment. These are the moments that transform the world. Transformation has been the cornerstone of our culture since time began. Our sacred and beautiful Nora, our country, constantly teaches us of change. The mountains change into valleys. The river changes into the sea. Our warriors transform into crows to keep a watchful eye on our country, and our elders transform into black cockatoos who echo across the landscape to remind us of our responsibilities to country and to each other. My kinship figure, the Garaway, or white cockatoo, flies beside me to remind me of the strength of my ancestors within and around me, calling me to pay attention to the little things I might be overlooking at any given point in my day. Bunurong elder, Uncle Mick, recently challenged me to see a tree. It was a pretty simple request. What do you see, Michaela? What does a tree do? My science brain engaged. It's a complex system, Uncle Mick, of photosynthesis and capillary actions and maintenance respiration, which creates oxygen for us all to breathe. The Garraway shrieked overhead of the huge mother tree we were looking at. Nah, sister, he jibed. The tree is the complete angler shop. I see fishing rods and branches for making fish traps and ropes for making fishing line, and those caterpillar that live on that tree are the best lure you'll ever use. The fish around here can't get enough of that tucker, and if you know that, you won't go without a feed. All knowledge is important, but it has a right time and a right place and a right context. Some things you learn here might shape global policies. You might make a new discovery or two. You might get a Nobel Prize. Or you might have a great salary at the end of your degree, which is really important, but also something that is mostly important is that some knowledge that you learn here will be as ancient as the human species ourselves, and it will keep you alive when you most need it. All knowledge in the universe is connected to this university, but remember where to look for it. It's not just in the library or the lecture theatre where the biggest lessons can be discovered. Maybe it's just in a conversation under a tree.